The chamber fell silent as General Ryan Blackwood stepped through the reinforced doors of the Galactic Council's tribunal ship. His boots echoed against the crystalline floor, each step a drumbeat of barely contained fury. Behind him, Commander Samantha Chen followed, her face carved from stone, her eyes reflecting the same cold rage that had consumed humanity since the Kepler-440 massacre. The Council sat in their elevated thrones, 12 species representing the so-called enlightened civilizations of the galaxy. The Voroth, with their luminescent tentacles, the crystallines Elinari, the proud avian Catharol of them complicit, all of them responsible for 300,000 human colonists reduced to ash and memory. General Blackwood, the council speaker, a Voroth named Kelvash, gestured with a translucent appendage. You have requested this audience. The council grants you the opportunity to present humanity's grievance regarding the unfortunate incident at Kepler-440b. Ryan's jaw tightened. Unfortunate incident. They had vaporized an entire colony, world, children, families, scientists building a new home, and called it an unfortunate incident. The Geneva Convention, Ryan began, his voice leveled despite the inferno burning in his chest. The Hague Protocols, the Lunar Accords of 2187. Humanity spent centuries crafting rules of engagement, laws of war designed to preserve some shred of dignity even in our darkest conflicts. Samantha stepped forward, activating a holographic display. Images flickered into existence: the colony before the attack, thriving settlements, farms stretching across verdant valleys, schools where human children learned beside their first alien friends from the neighboring pelvic settlement. Then came the after images: scorched earth, melted structures. The targeting data showed precision strikes on civilian centers, hospitals, evacuation shelters. We brought these rules to you, Ryan continued. We offered them as a framework for galactic conflict resolution. Rules that would make war, when it became necessary, something bounded by honor and mercy. And the council appreciated this gesture, Kelvash interjected. Your species' quaint notion of civilized warfare was noted. However, Kepler-440b represented a violation of established territorial boundaries. The Zalthian Concordat had prior claimed. They filed their claims 6 months after our colony ships left Earth. Samantha's voice cracked like a whip. Our colony had been there for 7 years. Nevertheless, a Cathara council member chirped. Established council law requires you killed 300,000 civilians to enforce a bureaucratic technicality. Ryan interrupted. His hand moved to the datapad at his belt. The council fleet spent 42 minutes systematically destroying evacuation centers. Your ships prioritized children's hospitals. This wasn't enforcement. This was extermination. The chamber erupted in protests, a cacophony of clicks, whistles, and translated outrage. Kelvash raised multiple appendages for silence. General, you forget yourself. The council has operated under established protocols for 17,000 years. Your species has been spacefaring for barely 3 centuries. You cannot lecture us on what? Ryan's voice dropped to a whisper that somehow filled the entire chamber. On morality, on the value of life. You're right, we're young, we're brutal. We clawed our way up from mud and blood. We've committed atrocities that shame us. But we learned, we evolved, we built frameworks to contain our violence. He stepped closer to the council's platform, and for the first time, several members shifted uncomfortably. You've had 17,000 years, and you've learned nothing. You sit in your towers and play at civilization while treating genocide as an administrative action. This is preposterous. A Zelenary council member's voice rang like struck crystal. The council demands you submit to arbitration. Reparations will be calculated according to reparations. Samantha laughed, a hollow sound. You can't repay what you've taken. You can't resurrect the dead. Ryan pulled a small device from his pocket, setting it on the floor between himself and the council. A projection materialized, not a hologram, but a quantum-linked transmission showing the real-time positions of Earth's fleets. Every ship humanity possessed hung in space around the chamber: carriers, destroyers, the experimental dreadnoughts that had been theoretical 6 months ago, weapons that violated every treaty the Council had ever proposed. For 300 years, we played by your rules, Ryan said softly. We fought civilized wars with you. We limited our weapons, constrained our tactics, honored your precious protocols. We did this because we wanted to be better than we were. We wanted to prove we belonged among the stars. He looked up at the council, and several members recoiled from what they saw in his eyes. But you've taught us a valuable lesson. Your civilization, your rules, your 17,000 years of enlightenment, it's all performance, theater. You're just as savage as you claim we are. You're just better at pretending. General, if you're threatening the council, Kelvash began. No, Samantha interjected, her voice cold as vacuum. We're informing you. The message has been transmitted to every human world, every colony, every ship. We're done pretending. Ryan activated the device. Text scrolled across every screen in the chamber, broadcasting simultaneously across the entire galactic network. Effective immediately, humanity withdraws from all galactic treaties, protocols, and conventions. No rules. No nor civilized war. You wanted to see what humans are capable of when we stop holding back. Ryan smiled, and it was a terrible thing to witness. You're about to find out. We're not going to destroy you. That would be too quick. To Civilized, we're going to show you what 300 years of restrained human ingenuity looks like when we finally take the leash off, Samantha added. Every weapon we didn't build because it was too cruel. Every tactic we abandoned because it was too effective. Every dark impulse we suppressed to meet your standards. Ryan turned to leave, Samantha beside him. The council will respond with overwhelming force, Kelvash declared, but uncertainty crept into the translation dot at the doorway. Ryan paused. Try, but remember you started this. You chose to judge us by standards you don't follow yourselves. Now you'll face humanity unchained. No rules, no mercy, no more civilized war. The doors sealed behind them, leaving the council in chaos. Outside, human fleets began moving with purpose that terrified every observer. The galaxy was about to remember why humanity's greatest achievement had been learning to restrain itself. Now that lesson was over.